Hey guys, I'm back to do another thing. I'm going to show you how to build one of these little pen gun bobs. They're very powerful, I found out. And I'm also going to show you how to make these. These are little, in different lengths, little pin arounds. But don't, if you make these, don't shoot them at people or anything that's living. If you're little, or if you just like want to make this for fun, don't make these. Don't. These are very dangerous. Making this, I've stabbed my finger I don't know how many times with these. Don't. I'll be showing you how to make them because if you want to, they're cool for target practice on like bits of foam and stuff. Here, like this. See? That just went into. I found out these can go into, these can penetrate into a tree. So, don't be irresponsible. Just shoot the plane. If you want to just make this quickly and take this to class or something, just shoot the plain pen tube. It'll still work very well. So that kind of still pokes in there, but this is foam and it's very, very brittle. And all you're gonna need for this whole thing is one pen, some sticky tape, a rubber band, some scissors, and a tube of super glue. Oh, and if you want to make a little quiver for your darts, you need a little tube. Anything will do. I just have this old tube from a thing of solder. Yeah. And if you want to make the very, very dangerous pen darts that you're going to need, because what we'll do is we're going to cut this in half so you get two. You need 2 sewing pins. But don't. Sewing pins are not to be played around with. I can't waver how dangerous this is. Just don't. This is your disclaimer. So if you hurt yourself making this project, making these darts, I am not liable for anything. And how do you like the new filming angle? I'm trying a lot new filming angles. This one is clamped to the slats of my window with a clamp. Yeah. So, to start off, you're gonna need any type of pen, and you just need to take off the cap. You don't really need the cap. If you want, you can do an extra thing and knock out the little T-brace in there, with that little thingy in there, and then you can stick it back on the end, and then you can shoot the stuff out of that. But I just took it off because it doesn't really need it. And then you just take your scissors and you can just really honestly do it with your nail and chuck that bit. You don't need that bit anymore. You need pen tube. Now we're down to everything you need except for this and these. They're extras. You could probably honestly do this with only a pair of scissors, but it will be useful if you have a pair of pliers maybe. So you cut your rubber band, then you take the tube and then you take some super glue. First you take a bit of tape. This can be clear tape, duct tape, just has to be tape. I would recommend either this tape or duct tape. I used duct tape for this one, but that was because I didn't have any clear tape. And I'm trying clear tape for this one. Stupid clear tape sticking to my fingers. Get off there. Get off my finger. There we go. Then you just sit the rubber band on the bit of tape. You take the scissors and you just scratch up the bit you want to put the super glue on. And then you put some super glue. Any type of super glue will work on here. And then you probably want to screw up the other side as well while you're doing that. And then put some more super glue on there. Then sit. I stuck my finger on the sticky tape. Damn. Sticky tape is very, like, finicky. There. There we go. And you take your tube and you stick it there, and then you bring your rubber band up just, oh, slipping. You bring it just shy. You don't actually, you could probably make 2 of these with 1 rubber band, because then you lift your rubber band up and you put it down on the other side, and then you fold your tape over and then a roll. The tape right now is just to hold it on. We're going to change the tape when you push it down, and then you wait for the super glue to dry. Okay, so while the super glue dries on that, we will get on to making pen thingies. If you want, just fire this. Easiest thing. You could even fire a little barbecue skewer if you wanted. That would probably be a lot more safe than shooting these. But if you want just a safer alternative to these, just chop the tip off. Because that won't go into skin as easily as other stuff will. Oh wait, I forgot to turn the lights on. There we go. So, yeah. These will go into skin very easily, but if you get like a paper clip, not like one of these, but a paper clip, and then you just bend it out and cut it down, and then you just stick it into the pen tube, and then put some super glue in there. They don't come out, they're very strong, but don't make these ones. Don't make these ones. They're very dangerous. Very dangerous. Very fucking dangerous. I don't care how they swore. So don't make ones with these. I'm just making them because they're the only thing I have right now. And I didn't want to walk to the supermarket and get paper clips. Get this bit of sticky tape off my table. So, how to make them. Take your scissors. You pop the cap. Chuck that. Because you don't need it anymore. Be careful of all the ink. You might want to put like a bit of, you most likely want to put a bit of paper down so you don't get ink on your fingers, and then just cut it roughly at the halfway point. You don't need to mark it, I'm just marking it to show you. So it's about there would be the probably about right there would be the halfway point. This one right here be the halfway point, and then you just grab your scissors, and then you just probably need, it's not really working with scissors, but if you get like just normal like kitchen knife, or like, I don't have a kitchen knife, so I'm just going to use a Stanley knife, and you just roll it back and forth off this. If you should cut them in half. I did not cut that very well, so I'm going to make sure their butt ends are facing and then just cut them again. So I was wrong at the start. You don't just need scissors, because scissors can't cut your pen tube. Well, yeah, because just making the gun, you only need scissors. Or a blaster, because YouTube doesn't like the word G-A-N. So, then you've got your two little thingies. You could just shoot these out of your thingies, put a little super glue on the tip and wait for it to dry so it doesn't put ink everywhere. Or you can just blow the ink out of them. But you're best to do that before you cut it in half, because that's actually how much of your pen tube is actual ink. This other bit has no ink, it's completely clean. So only that's how much ink you get in the pen. That's weird. And then you take your little screw. And you take these, and then you take these things, and then you just crush. Well, I'm not suggesting making these ones, but if you do make these ones, you're gonna need like something to cut the tips off with. There we go. You could honestly don't use these, because these penetrate really easily, even though they're on the blunt end. Like, if it can penetrate, please just use, if you're gonna make these ammos, just please use a paper clip, because they're much less dangerous than a sewing pin. If I've got that in your head, if I've not got that in your head now, you should not be making these the needle guys, you should be using the pen tube. So, I know I'm being a bit harsh, but don't want anyone to hurt themselves of something something on my channel that I told them. So, yeah. Back to happiness. So, you take that, you just stick the pen here. Just get something you can stick it up in, or you can hold it for an hour or like 3 hours while it dry. 2 to 3 hours while it dries. I'm just gonna stick it in a bit of foam. You probably have like a bit of foam around here, so you can like stick it into a tissue box. Like you just poke a hole in it with your scissors, and you just stick it up in there. Then you have a little hole up. But I'm just using a bit of foam because I have it on hand and it's really nice and small. So then you stick the needle into your thing, and then you hold it for a couple seconds. So here you go. I'll just sit it over here because I can't hold this for a second while I'm making this. Okay, next one. The inky ends actually dry a bit more quicker for some reason, because the ink does something weird with the super glue, and it like instantly like almost cures it. So let me just grab this, stick, so I'll say this in detail. Take this, put a little bit of super glue on the tip, only a tiny bit. And if you get any excess super glue, just grab a tissue and just wipe all the sides off. Then you take your needle, well, not the needle. If you're using a needle, I'm not reliable if you hurt yourself. So I've told you many times not to use a needle. And there we go. Then you stick your thing in. This one's a bit messy, so you might want to sit it on a tissue, because that's got the ink in it. And there we go. Now, I'll come back when both of these are dry.
3 hours later.
So we're back. Everything's kind of dry. Well, this is dry. Some of the darts are still a little bit not dry. But we can, for the demonstration, we'll just use the ones that I've pre-made for the testing of this project. But we've got the other two. So, what you need to do now is you need to get your sticky tape and just take the sticky tape off that you used to hold the rubber band on. Make sure I did say, make sure you have enough rubber band so you can pull it back about this far. Then tuck that bit off and then trim down the rubber band. Take some tape. I know I told you to take off the old tape, but that was because it's more at the bottom. Then wrap it around the top of your rubber band, nice and tightly. Do it really nice and tightly. There we go. There you've got. You can just stop here. You'll have a fully functioning pen gun, and it will easily send whatever you can fit in the barrel pretty far. Oh wait, and how you load like the pen tube is you put it down and then whoops. So yeah, put it down the barrel, then you grab the pen tube in the rubber band, pull it back, and then fire it. And it fires the little dart in. But I've said this so many times, don't shoot these at any living thing. No. Hope that was in frame. But I'm gonna put this little tube on there so I can put all my little darty mabobbers in there. So you just grab a bit of more sticky tape. You can use any little container for this. You could, if you have like a Tic Tacs container, you could stick it on the bottom there and put your darts in there. Yeah. So you just put a bit of tape there, and I'll put it about there because that's where you want to put it. So it's not. You want to put it like that, so it's about there. Then you just wrap your tape. If you're using duct tape, you probably only just want to do one, but here I'm just going to do two, because this is thinner tape. Even though I have duct tape, but I wanted to do this because it looks a little bit more clean. And you can, oh, there's the dogs. And you pop, oh, did I just tape over the cap? Silly me. And just grab your scissors then and just chop away at the sticky tape if you've got it over the cap, and then you pull the cap off and you can just chuck all your darts in. But the cool thing about this one, you can even do this to yours if yours has a little rubber cap or something. Mine has a little hole in it, so I can, without even opening the cap, I can just push them in. And if I want to like fast load, I can have one in the barrel, and I can have one with the pin end just sticking out of the back a bit. So then I can pull it back, get it in, and then I can pull this one out and chuck it down the barrel, grab it, and then fire it. Yeah. I hope you enjoyed making this, and if you liked this type of video. Yeah. Subscribe if you want, it's free, I don't care. I kind of do actually. But I don't care if you subscribe or not. and I'll see you guys in the next video. Goodbye.